Well, it's not looking good for Fortnite right now. Now, I really should say Epic Games as a whole, but Fortnite is kind of being the one to be blamed by Epic Games here. There is something not good going on at Epic Games. Basically, about a quarter of their staff was just laid off, apparently. That is a massive amount. That's about 1,000 employees, and the reason for this is apparently due to the downturn in Fortnite engagement. That is according to the CEO. This was in an email that was sent out to a bunch of employees of Epic Games, and also they've announced that they are cutting very big game modes in Fortnite, so things are kind of being consolidated on the platform. They are, I guess, getting rid of a lot of these different game modes that were once hyped but are now maybe considered kind of just extra things that I guess don't add to what they see as the big product that they want to deliver on. So we see right here, Epic Games, they say, I'm sorry, we're here again. They are apparently laying off over 1,000 employees due to quote-unquote Fortnite downturn. Not good considering Fortnite has really had a legacy of being like just this huge game that is always going to be on top. It says they are making over $500 million worth of cuts to put it in a more stable place. So we see right here again 1,000 employees. This is represented by about 23% of its workforce. So rounding that up a little bit, we could basically say a quarter of the entire company. That is a lot. So it says in a note sent to staff on Tuesday, that's today, Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney partially blamed a downturn in Fortnite engagement on the decision. And it says the game's Rocket Racing, Ballistic, and Festival Battle stage modes will soon be shut down. Epic concurrently announced. Yeah, this was quite a bit of a shock, at least to me. These are very big game modes that were just announced, I think like 2 or 3 years ago. And yeah, now we have this right here. This does confirm it. Rocket Racing, Ballistic, and Festival Battle Stage are going offline. If you don't recognize them by those kind of confusing game titles, Rocket Racing was basically their racing game mode that they added. Ballistic was basically their Counter-Strike game mode that they added. And Festival Battle Stage, that was like their Guitar Hero / Rock Band thing that they added. All three of them, I think, by the way, were not bad and definitely a solid step in the direction of trying to make Fortnite more than just a battle royale. They wanted Fortnite to just be kind of just the end-all be-all of games, just this central hub of a bunch of games. To be honest, I think the Ballistic one is the one I'm the most disappointed about. This was basically the Counter-Strike of Fortnite. This was like not supported at all after just like a month or two, and this was years ago when it was released, and personally, I thought this had tremendous potential, like playing Counter-Strike in Fortnite, like with all of the Fortnite skins. I don't know. I think this is something that they should really consider bringing back and like actually really supporting instead of just having one map. But I would say the same about Rocket Racing and the Rock Band Guitar Hero thing too. I think all of it is definitely a huge disappointment that they are letting all of those go offline. So the big word here is engagement. So it says, despite remaining one of the most successful games in the world, Fortnite has seen inconsistent engagement between seasons. That is according to Tim Sweeney, as it is in the early stages of returning to mobile following years of legal battle. We've definitely heard about that in the past, and yeah, it's got a quote there from Tim Sweeney, again, just saying that this is unfortunately something that they apparently have to do to make things more stable at the company. Now, right here, Tim Sweeney also seems to be suggesting that, you know, some of it's Fortnite, but some of it also is Epic Games kind of acting as quote-unquote the industry's vanguard when it comes to this legal stuff, mainly with the mobile app store that they've been facing, I think mainly with Apple recently. He's basically saying that costs money, that takes time, and so that's part of it as well. But overall, as far as things that they can change now, the main scapegoat here, or whatever you want to call it, is apparently Fortnite. So their response to this is to kind of cut out the things that I guess aren't working as much and bringing in as much engagement and focus on what does work. That necessarily by itself I don't think is a bad idea, but I still think that in the long run, going after this whole central hub thing for Fortnite, I think that is going to be what keeps this game relevant for like years and even decades to come. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I actually think the Battle Royale part of Fortnite is still not bad at all. But if you just focus on that, eventually it's just going to be the same thing over and over. Whereas focusing on all of these other game modes as well, I think breathes new life into it and just really emphasizes that this is not just one game, this is a platform. But it is what it is. Things are kind of going in the opposite direction now, so we will, I guess, see where where Epic Games and specifically where Fortnite goes from here.